So, the movie-going audience for this film will divide into two categories: those that have seen the original 2011 French classic The Untouchables that this is based on, and those that haven't. The Untouchables would have got 10 asterisk from me, no problem. This movie joins a list of standout European movies, for example, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Let the Right One In, Sleepless Night, etc., that have had Hollywood makeovers that don't match up to the originals. And this is no exception. However, it's still been well made and deserves respect as a standalone piece of movie making. Based on a true story, Philip Lacasse, Bryan Cranston, is left both paraplegic and widowed by a string of bad luck. Not that money can buy you everything, but his care arrangements are substantially helped by him being a multi-millionaire, not rich enough to buy the Yankees, rich enough to buy the Mets. This is from Success in Investments and writing about such investments. Depressed, cranky, and with a DNR that his diligent PA Yvonne, Nicole Kidman, seems unable to comply with, Philip lashes out at anyone and everyone and so dispatches his carers with monotonous regularity. Del Scott, Kevin Hart, is on parole, with the requirement to seek work. Due to a mix-up, he finds himself in the employ of Philip, with the suspicion that he's been hired because he is the very worst candidate imaginable, and thus the most likely to let Philip shuffle off this mortal coil. But the two men's antipathy to each other slowly thaws as they teach each other new tricks. Those who have seen The Untouchables will fondly remember the first 5 minutes of that film, a flash forward to a manic police car chase featuring our protagonists. They're played by Francois Cluzet and Omar Sy. It drops like a comedy hand grenade to open the film. Unfortunately, you can't help but feel a bit let down by the same recreation in the Upside. It has all the same content, but none of the heart. After that rocky start, the film continues to rather stutter along. Part of the reason for this, I think, is Kevin Hart. It's not that he's particularly bad in the role, it's just that he is Kevin Hart, and I was constantly thinking there's that comedian playing that role. However, once the story gets into its swing, giving Cranston more of a chance to shine, which he does, then the film started to motor and my reservations about Hart started to wane. Some of these story set pieces, such as the one about the artwork, are funny in their own right. Cranston's timing in delivering his punchlines is immaculate. There seems to have been some furor about the casting of Bryan Cranston as the role of the disabled millionaire instead of a disabled actor. Lord save us. He's an actor. That's what actors do for a living, pretend to be people they're not. It's also worth pointing out that Francois Cluzet was an able-bodied actor as well.